Back in 2016, Nickatnyte, more commonly known as Nickatnyte, was on top of the world. He was riding the wave of Clash Royale, averaging 50 million views per month and making millions. Around this time, he was newly engaged to his long-term girlfriend, he had full financial freedom, he had everything a man could desire. So how did someone that had everything he could ever want end up losing it all? To understand how he became the person he is today, we must revisit the peak of his career. The rise of Nickatnyte can be traced back to the release of Clash Royale, a game that carried him to YouTube stardom. As Clash Royale gained popularity, Nick capitalized on the trend, quickly amassing millions of views. His most remarkable months on YouTube occurred just 5 months after the release of Clash Royale, and this success continued for the next 10 months. However, beneath the seemingly indomitable image of the Nickatnyte channel, cracks began to emerge.
I've been on antidepressants, needing 100 milligrams of Adderall to get the energy level up. Also, self-harm became an issue again.
In 2018, Nickatnyte found himself grappling with severe depression, which stemmed from a variety of factors. Mainly, his YouTube performance took a hit, with only a fraction of the views he had been enjoying just a year prior. To comprehend the reasons behind his declining performance, it's essential to revisit the roots of his success. Originally named Teach Boom Beach, Nickatnyte's channel covered a wide range of Clash of Clans and Boom Beach content. Around this time, he would meet Molt, a fellow small Clash of Clans creator with around the same size of following as Nick. However, it was Clash Royale that became inextricably lined with his channel's identity. But this doesn't explain the spiral within Nickatnyte which put him where he is today. Although Nick had built a name for himself, it was around mid-2017 where his views began to decline, and there was only one reason. Being the face of Clash Royale, Nick's viewership was correlated directly with the player base for the game, so when the game lost players, he lost viewers. However, this cannot be the only element in the transformation of Nickatnyte. There had to be more factors. As addressed previously, Nick had found himself grappling with substance abuse issues during his YouTube journey. His daily routine had fallen into a pattern of using Adderall during the day and then turning to alcohol, weed, and Xanax at night.
About 10 shots of vodka, needing 100 milligrams of Adderall to need Xanax and alcohol to wind down at the end of the night, and then added cannabis and kratom into.
With Nick's dangerous spiral into substance and self-abuse, the only option left for him to follow was rehab. Nick attended a month-long rehab program in April 2021, in which he committed himself to quitting all his bad addictions. However, an unforeseen consequence would follow his improvement in rehab, something that would sway the course of his life forever. On the 11th of November 2021, Nickatnyte confirmed his divorce from his now ex-wife through Twitter. It read, "My wife Kelly and I are getting amicably divorced. During this transitional time, I apologize for being distant. While the exact reasons for their separation remain speculative, several possibilities can be considered based on the provided information." In an interview around the time of his divorce, Nick had begun growing his hair out, wearing beanies, and polishing his nails. He had also stopped uploading frequently, choosing to stream on YouTube instead. His wife most likely wanted a masculine man in her life, just like Nick was at the start of the relationship, but he was becoming more feminine by the second.
So a year ago I was in rehab, and ever since I came back, there's just certain traits that I think we brought out that weren't super healthy.
Nick, newly separated from his ex-wife, had completely stopped uploading videos and had instead turned to streaming Clash Royale, Fortnite, and other random games. During early 2022, Nick began to stream less gaming content, instead transitioning into gardening, piano, and makeup tutorials. Nickatnyte had lost all interest in Clash Royale, and in turn, lost almost all viewership online. It seemed like Nickatnyte had been set on course for only one possible outcome, inevitable since his separation with his ex-wife. But this rabbit hole goes even deeper. When we began researching this video idea, we did not expect to find this. On the 1st of April 2022, a pivotal transformation took place on Nick's YouTube channel. His channel had undergone a complete rebranding from Nickatnyte to Nickatnyte, and privating all his previous videos. Subsequently, the video titled Transition Update 1 was uploaded to YouTube. He had announced he was transitioning, and notably, his appearance had changed quite drastically. His whole physique and his face was different. He was skinnier. And in addition to all this, his voice had changed. Nicole, desperate for another chance at fame, decided to turn to the darkest form of monetization. She forever abandoned her former identity and decided to turn to adult content. Viewer discretion is advised for the rest of the video. On the 16th of September 2022, Nicole launched an OF and Hub account along with a rebrand of her Twitch. However, this second attempt at fame didn't perform as expected, with Nicole getting negligible amounts of viewers. The small number of active viewers subscribed to Nicole actively advocated for more and more intense content, and hence Nicole had to make some changes. Nicole was increasingly distressed by the comments regarding her physical appearance, which she found to be a source of dissatisfaction. She perceived her facial features as having a masculine quality, and this perception was causing her discomfort. Consequently, Nicole was resolute in her desire to undergo surgical procedures to alter her appearance. The surgeries include tracheal shave, Monclubu osteotomy, genioplasty, brow ptosis repair, frontal sinus setback, and supraorbital rim rhinoplasty. And only 3 days after tweeting about her surgery, she would private all her transition update videos on YouTube, rendering the channel without videos. And on the 19th of August 2023, Nicole took to Twitter the following post. It read, "Started my neck piece today. In a couple weeks, we're gonna add a background." Nicole's career choices not only alienated fans, but ended up burning bridges with all of her ex-best friends.
That person is gone, like the interests are gone, the mannerisms, the sound of the voice, like everything is different. That person doesn't exist anymore, and so it's tough. It's tough. I mean, it's like losing a friend.
Nicole and her ex-best friend Michael Molt Holt have been on a no-contact basis for over a year. This has greatly confused fans, with some wondering what happened to Molt and Nickatnyte. The simple truth was that Nicole's desire to redefine herself outweighed the desire to merge her old friendships into her new life. Nicole's transformation of not just her gender, but her personality, career, and lifestyle was ultimately inevitable ever since the chaotic rise of the Nickatnyte channel. And recently, only about a week ago, she took Twitter with this following clip. "We wish nothing but the best for Nicole's future. Please comment down below if you watched Nickatnyte's videos before.